Love isn't always loud. Sometimes it whispers through silence, hesitates behind distance, and reveals itself in the smallest of gestures. For individuals with an avoidant attachment style, love can feel like a paradox, a longing for intimacy wrapped in the fear of vulnerability. They may deeply care, but struggle to say it. They may feel safe with you, yet pull away when things get emotionally close. So how do you know if an avoidant still loves you, but is simply too scared to express it? In this article, we'll explore 5 powerful psychological signs that reveal the hidden emotional world of an avoidantly attached person who still loves you, but can't say it. This isn't about false hope. It's about understanding the silent language of love from someone who doesn't know how to speak it out loud. Sign number 1. They stay emotionally tethered, even from a distance. Avoidants are known for their emotional withdrawal and physical distance. But when love still lingers, they don't truly let go. They stay emotionally tethered. They might unfollow you on social media, yet still watch your stories in silence. They may stop initiating texts, but they hold onto your hoodie or reread old messages. They avoid deep conversations, but bring up oddly specific memories that reveal emotional investment. Why it matters. Avoidants regulate their fear of closeness by maintaining emotional distance, but not total detachment. This tether is their way of saying, I still care, without risking vulnerability. If they had truly moved on, the cord would be cut. But when love remains, they quietly hover at the edges of your world, hoping you'll notice, without ever asking you to. Psychological insight. Avoidants often learned early in life that emotional closeness equals emotional danger. So they love with caution, managing connection through controlled distance. Sign number 2, they act cold, but their eyes betray them. Avoidants may say things that seem cold or indifferent. They might act dismissive or emotionally unavailable. But there's one thing they can't hide: the eyes. You catch a soft, lingering look when you laugh. They avoid eye contact during vulnerable conversations, but stare just a second too long when they think you're not watching. In fleeting moments, you feel warmth, longing, or even sadness in their gaze. Why it matters. Avoidants are terrified of being seen, not physically, but emotionally. The eyes, however, betray the truth. No matter how hard they try to seem unbothered, love will always leak through the cracks. If you've ever looked into their eyes and felt something real, you weren't imagining it. Psychological insight. The eyes are neurologically linked to our emotional brain, amygdala, and avoidants often can't control this subtle expression of attachment. Their verbal shutdown is cognitive. Their eyes, however, are instinctual. Sign number 3. They create strange excuses to stay connected. Avoidants rarely initiate emotionally open conversations. But when they still love you, they'll invent small, odd, or even illogical reasons to reconnect. A message out of the blue asking, "Where did you get that book again?" A meme that only makes sense if you remember a private joke from months ago. A question about your dog, your favorite song, or your childhood nickname. Why it matters. These are not random messages. They are cautious bids for connection. For an avoidant, directly expressing, "I miss you" feels dangerous, so they test the waters with neutral, safe excuses. If they didn't care, they wouldn't bother. These soft signals are their version of emotional Morse code. Psychological insight. Avoidants often engage in ambivalent maintenance, maintaining a low-risk emotional link to avoid total loss while protecting themselves from the vulnerability of direct expression. Sign number 4. They get jealous but try to hide it. Avoidants may not say they love you, but jealousy reveals what they won't confess. They ask who you've been spending time with, then play it off like a joke. They subtly mock or downplay someone new in your life. Their energy changes when they sense you're emotionally connecting with someone else. Why it matters. Avoidants are deeply threatened by the idea of being emotionally replaced. They crave emotional control. And when someone else enters the picture, that control breaks. But instead of begging or chasing, they pretend they don't care, all while burning with silent fear inside. Psychological insight. Jealousy activates the attachment system. For avoidance, this threat doesn't lead to open pursuit, but to increased anxiety and defensive distancing. It's a conflict between needing closeness and fearing exposure. Sign number 5, they open up briefly, then disappear. One of the most revealing signs of avoidant love is inconsistency after vulnerability. They confess something deep in a late-night text, then go silent for days. They call and open up emotionally, then ghost you right after. They show you their heart, then act like it never happened. Why it matters. Avoidants are not emotionally dead. They are emotionally scared. When they let their guard down, it feels like standing naked in a storm. So they run back to emotional safety after moments of closeness. But those moments are real. Their disappearance afterward doesn't mean their feelings were fake. It means their fear took back over. Psychological insight. This is called the vulnerability hangover. When someone shares emotionally and then experiences shame or panic about the exposure, avoidants retreat to reset emotional control. So what can you do with this information? Understanding an avoidance love is not an invitation to chase or fix them. In fact, the healthiest response is to stop chasing completely. The more you pursue, the more they withdraw, not because they don't love you, but because the emotional pressure overwhelms them. Instead, create a calm, grounded presence that says, I'm not forcing you, but I won't wait forever. Focus on building your own emotional safety, because true love should not feel like emotional warfare. If the love is real, and many times it is, they will feel the weight of your absence more than the pressure of your presence. And maybe, just maybe, they'll choose to return. Not out of fear, but out of courage. Final thoughts. Loving Anne. Avoidant is a journey through shadows. Avoidants love deeply, but in silence, in shadows, in contradictions. Their love is real, but buried, and while you can't pull them out of hiding, you can decide if you're willing to stand in front of a closed door forever, or walk toward love that doesn't hide behind fear. Because real love doesn't need decoding. It stands in the light.